If your car's AC doesn't feel cold enough, even on max, there's a reason, and it's probably not what you think. Before you waste money on a recharge or head to a mechanic, try this first. These are the 10 real fixes drivers, detailers, and fleet techs use to get cold air fast without replacing anything major. Over time, your system builds up hidden problems. Airflow gets blocked, heat sneaks in, and pressure drops where you can't see it. One by one, these issues stack up until your vents feel weak, even when everything seems fine. The good news? Most of it's fixable. Some of these take 5 minutes, others cost nothing, but together they'll change how your AC feels on a hot day. Let's start with number 1. Number 1, replace your cabin air filter. If your car's AC feels weak, the culprit might be hiding behind your glove box. The cabin air filter is a thin rectangular screen designed to trap dust, pollen, dirt, and even exhaust particles before they circulate through your vents. Over time, it clogs up like a dryer lint trap. Only most drivers forget it even exists. And after 10,000 to 15,000 miles, it starts choking your airflow. A clogged cabin filter can reduce AC performance by up to 50%. That means your vents blow weaker, your car takes longer to cool down, and you might notice strange odors. The worst part is you won't always hear or see the issue. It just slowly ruins your comfort until you finally check. Pop open the glove box, locate the filter housing, and slide it out. If the filter looks gray, gritty, or like it belongs in a leaf pile, it's time to replace it. A fresh filter costs less than $20 and takes just 5 minutes to install. But once it's in, your airflow improves immediately and your AC doesn't have to fight as hard to cool the cabin. Number 2, clean your AC condenser. Now that your cabin filter is no longer holding your airflow hostage, let's talk about the part of your AC that does the heavy lifting, yet rarely gets cleaned. It's called the condenser, and it sits just behind the front grille. If the compressor is the heart of your AC, the condenser is the lungs. Its job is to release heat from the refrigerant, but when it gets covered in dust, bugs, leaves, or road grime, it starts suffocating. A clogged condenser can reduce AC efficiency by as much as 35%. That means even if your refrigerant is full and your compressor is healthy, your AC will still struggle. The system can't dump heat fast enough, so cold air never reaches your vents like it should. Here's the fix. With the engine cold, grab a garden hose and spray from the engine bay forward, gently washing the fins. You'll literally see dirt wash out. Do this once in spring and again in late summer. It's free, it takes 10 minutes, and the difference in vent temperature can be dramatic. Now that airflow and heat exchange are restored, let's fix how you're actually using your AC. Number 3, use recirculation mode. With your condenser breathing clean again, it's time to look inside the cabin, specifically how your AC is actually running. There's a single button on your dash that controls one of the most powerful cooling settings in your car, and most people overlook it. It's the circulation button, the one with the little arrow looping through the shape of the car. This switch tells your AC to reuse air that's already been cooled instead of pulling in hot, humid air from outside. When you leave your system on fresh air mode during hot weather, it's basically working against itself. You're forcing it to cool air that's often 100 degrees Fahrenheit or more. But with recirculation on, it cycles the cool cabin air, reducing the workload and improving performance instantly. The numbers don't lie. Using recirculate mode properly can boost your AC's efficiency by up to 30% and reduce cabin temperature significantly faster. It also saves wear on your compressor over time. So the next time you start the engine, hit recirculate before touching anything else. With your filter, condenser, and airflow now optimized, let's take aim at something far less visible, but just as damaging. Number 4, spray disinfectant on the intake vents. Now that your system is circulating air the right way, let's talk about what might be growing inside it. If you've ever noticed a musty, sour, or wet sock smell when you turn on your AC, especially after the car's been sitting, you're not imagining it. The odor comes from mold and bacteria living deep inside your evaporator and vent system. It's more than just unpleasant. That biological buildup acts like insulation, trapping moisture and slowing airflow. It can even make your AC blower warmer, especially during startup. But here's the fix HVAC pros use, without removing a single part. Start your car, turn the AC on max with recirculation enabled. Then spray a can of disinfectant like Lysol or AC specified cleaner into the exterior intake vent. near the windshield wipers. Let it run for 15 to 10 minutes as the cleaner circulates through the ducts and evaporator. Not only does this kill mold and bacteria, but it also leaves behind an antimicrobial coating that prevents regrowth. Your air will smell cleaner, feel colder, and flow stronger. And with your system now disinfected, you're ready to take a big step toward cooling performance before you even start the car. Number 5, park rear, first to shade the AC system. Once your AC system is clean inside and out, the next step is to help it before you even turn the key. And it starts with something as simple as the way you park. Most drivers instinctively pull in head first, thinking it doesn't matter. But if you reverse that habit and park with your rear facing the sun, you're giving your AC a serious advantage. Here's why. The most critical components of your cooling system, like the condenser and engine bay, are all up front. When you park nose first into the sun, they absorb heat for hours. That heat then radiates into the refrigerant, an under-hood component, making your AC system start out way behind. By backing in, the front of your car stays in the shade, and the condenser begins its job from a much cooler baseline. In some conditions, this simple shift can reduce cabin temps by 8 to 12 degrees and help your AC kick in faster. It's a zero-cost strategy that pays off immediately. And when you combine it with the next technique, venting the cabin before cooling, you'll see an even faster temperature drop. Number 6, vent the cabin first. The Japanese cooling method. After shading your AC by parking smart, there's one more move to make before you crank the cold air. And it comes from Japanese engineers who've mastered the art of fast, efficient cabin cooling. It's called the pre-ventilation method, and it works like a charm. Here's how you do it. Before turning on the AC, roll down all 4 windows about an inch. Start the engine, switch on fresh air mode, and blast the fan on high for 60 seconds. This flushes out the superheated air trapped inside the cabin, air that can reach 130 degrees Fahrenheit on a sunny day. Only after that minute has passed should you close the windows, switch on recirculation mode, and let the system chill. By pushing out the heat before sealing the cabin, you're giving your AC a head start. It doesn't waste power cooling oven-like air, and instead works with a much lower starting temp. Studies show this can drop interior temps by 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit in less than a minute. Once you flush the heat, there's still one more way to keep it from building up again before your next drive even starts. Number 7, install ceramic window tint. Now that you've mastered the art of flushing out hot air, let's stop it from building up in the first place. One of the biggest reasons your AC struggles in summer isn't under the hood, it's all around you. Solar heat pours through your windows, baking your dashboard, seats, and cabin surfaces until your car turns into a rolling greenhouse. Regular tint helps little, but cheap dyed tint, the kind that most installers upsell, it actually absorbs heat and re-radiates it inside. That's why some cars feel just as hot inside, even with dark windows. The solution? Ceramic or nano-ceramic tint. Unlike dyed film, ceramic tint reflects infrared heat, responsible for most of your cabin's temperature spike. High-end films can block up to 80% of IR radiation, meaning your car stays significantly cooler before the AC even turns on. And it's not just comfort, because your AC doesn't have to fight incoming heat. You'll extend the life of the compressor, save fuel, and maintain colder vent temps for longer. Now that you've blocked out the heat, let's talk about that trick that helps trap the cold air inside, using a tool you already own. Number 8, use reflective sunshades. With ceramic tint stopping most of the infrared heat, you can go one step further and actively block the rest. But here's the catch. Most people use sunshades the wrong way and leave a lot of cooling power on the table. You've probably seen the classic reflective windshield shade. It's useful, sure, but it's only doing part of the job. To maximize cooling, you'll need to add side window reflectors and position them outside the glass whenever possible. Why? Because when a shade is inside the window, it only reflects heat after it's already passed through the glass and started warming your cabin. Placing the shade on the outside creates an air gap, just like double-pane windows in insulated homes. It blocks solar radiation before it hits the interior. This is one change that can reduce surface temperatures by up to 15 degrees Fahrenheit, keeping your seats, steering wheel, and console untouchable, even after hours in the sun. It also prevents your AC from wasting time cooling down hot plastics and baked upholstery. Now that your cabin is shielded and sealed, Let's address a hidden leak that could be sabotaging your AC without you ever knowing. Number 9. Detect and to stop refrigerant leaks early. Even with perfect airflow and solar shielding, your AC will never blow ice cold if the refrigerant level isn't right. What most drivers don't realize is that refrigerant isn't just for cooling. It also carries lubricating oil that protects your compressor. And when refrigerant leaks, the vital oil goes with it. Here's where it gets dangerous. Small leaks can go unnoticed for months. Your AC might feel slightly weaker, take longer to cool, or make subtle hissing or clicking noises. Most people ignore these signs until the compressor fails. That's a $1,000 plus repair you don't want. Here's what to do. Use a cheap UV flashlight, under $25 online, and check around the AC lines, fittings, and compressor. Many systems come pre-filled with UV dye, which glows bright green or yellow under blacklight if there's a leak. If you spot anything glowing, it's time for a proper recharge and repair. Catching it early keeps your system efficient and avoids massive repair bills. With leaks sealed and pressure restored, there's one final trick that improves cooling power almost instantly, and it involves nothing but your gas pedal. Number 10. Use the RPM boost trick. Once your AC is sealed and fully charged, you might think you've maxed out your AC's performance, but there's still one more move that can make your vents go from cool to freezing in under a minute, and it's all about engine speed. Here's the secret. Your AC compressor is mechanically driven by the engine. At idle, it spins slowly, reproducing low refrigerant pressure. But when you raise the RPM to about 1800 to 2000, even for just 30 to 60 seconds, the compressor ramps up to its optimal performance zone. Here's how to do it safely. Start the engine. Switch your AC to max cold with recirculation on, and place the car in park. Gently rev the engine to around 2000 RPM and hold it there for 30 seconds. If you feel a dramatic shift in vent temperature, some systems can drop up to 17 degrees Fahrenheit in that short window. It's a trick long used by fleet drivers and HVAC pros, especially in older or high mileage vehicles. And when combined with everything else in this list, it turns your car into a mobile icebox. Most drivers don't realize how much better their AC can be until they fix it. These are the same tricks used by detailers, mechanics, and fleet managers to keep cars cool without replacing half the system. Try just a few of these and you'll feel the difference. A lot of this stuff gets overlooked, but once you've done it, you won't go back. And if your AC is blowing colder now, hit like and drop a comment with one trick that made the biggest difference for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.